Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for our weekly AMA Rewind review. We're renaming, call it the Rewind. It's basically we're going to go over everything for the past week. We're going to go over questions you in the live chat that I'm watching here will send us. But with that, I am not doing this alone. I have some very special co-hosts with me tonight. One, of course, is no stranger to Schmoes Bros at all. He's my tag team partner. He is the Canadian Nightmare, Mark Bork. Mark, how you doing tonight, man? Or this morning, I should say.
Yeah, pretty good. Hey, Saturday, 3 days now. I'm game for everything. I love being on camera.
And his Patriots shirt, but that's a discussion for another time, Mark.
Never.
Fuck the Patriots.
How can you say that?
Above the line. That's all I'm saying. But
hey,
of course, joining us.
But who won?
That's another discussion for another topic we could have like 5 hours for. But
I got 10
hours as well.
And another 7 when it comes to Snyder. Oh my God. Well, 15 hours I can talk about the awesomeness that is Tom Dagnino.
Thank God that's not this time. Joining us as well, Sean Sandberg, Sicario himself. Sean, how you doing this afternoon?
I am doing very well. I'm nursing a bit of a hangover, but it's not so bad where I can't wind up answering questions and whatnot. So, I'm looking forward to doing this.
You have a lot of hangovers, my friend. I just want to point that out. It's like I'm reliving my glory youth days. This is great.
Yeah, well, I figure it. After 25, it's gonna be fucking like a shit show in terms of having hangovers. So
yeah,
I'm just enjoying my youth. That's all.
Yeah, it's cherish those 20 years. Let's start with our rewind, where we're going to look at all our matches this week. We're going to give our quick thoughts. Going down the line, our first one up was Monday, our music match. Actually, I do believe it was Sunday or Saturday with our last TV match, which was Haven, the Villain Pendergast versus Malcolm, the Crusher Lay. Of course, Haven winning that to advance and kind of get some redemption against his ex-NWO brethren. I don't think anyone else cared with that, but,
Nope.
At least Haven was happy with it. And Sean, you were there for that match, I do believe.
Yes, I was. I was co-hosting with you.
Yep. So, Mark, have you seen that match yet? What were your thoughts on it, if you've seen it?
Sorry, what was the match again?
I was Haven doesn't love us, Sean.
Haven versus Malcolm in TV trivia.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I faced the winner of that one. Yeah, I was online for that one too, wasn't I?
Oh yeah, you were with us. So
yeah. I remember calling out Haven. Yeah, Haven. Round 2, baby.
Round 2.
Come on, bring it, buddy. I expect this, and I also expect all of South Park and 24 questions.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But, I mean, Sean, that was your first time, I guess, co-hosting with me for TV. What was your, impression for the match, What was your overall feel for it?
I actually think it might have been the second time, but I'm also not entirely certain. I do a lot of these. So,
yeah, we'd have to look.
Yeah, we'd have to look. But overall, I loved the format. I think Haven played really, really well. I think it's something that people have got to be looking out for at this current juncture.
I know,
but I'm genuinely impressed with it. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's our little growing nugget for the league, but another little growing nugget, which I know one person on this panel has a very special place for our jukebox matches, but. Our latest one with, what was it? I do believe Z-Man Zadius versus Russell Howe. And Russell point out his first victory in a very close match. But let's go down real quick, Sean. You know, the music's kind of like your degree, I guess you could say. Uh,
You could say that, yes.
Yeah.
I did go to college for it.
What was your thoughts overall with
yeah,
that match?
Well, I wrote the questions for that match, and I thought that those guys did exceedingly well because when I tested those questions, there were a lot of misses.
Yeah, I shit
There
the
were
bed on
a
those
lot
ones.
of misses.
Yeah.
But no, I was really impressed. I was especially impressed when Zadius pulled that Steely Dan question for 4-pointer.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I can't believe he just got that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you know, I did throw in a little hint with the Doobie Brothers vocalist, but at the same time, I don't know that many people who really remember that kind of thing, and so it's one of the things where, like, I was really impressed with that. And Russell finally being able to, you know, get a victory, you know, was good, you know, because, like, let's face it, he was a little bit disheartened with the fact that he wasn't able to, you know, get some victories overall in MTS and in Jukebox. Like, he was starting to really become a little disenchanted with the whole situation. And so keeping him in there after he got that victory, I was really, really happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could have, yeah, like you said, he could have just been disenchanted, was done. It sucks to not get that victory, but I mean, at the same time, it happens too. I mean,
oh yeah.
But Mark, what was your? Did you see the match? What was your overall thoughts?
Unfortunately, music is without a doubt my weak spot. I'm just not that interested in music. No offense, like I'll enjoy a song every now and then when it comes on the radio or something like that, but I'm just not a music person. Unless you got John Williams, then can't go wrong. I'm sorry, John Williams is the best.
He's awesome.
He's not saying that just for his love of Star Wars, folks.
Well, no.
Oh no.
Like, I've been watching the Harry Potter movies. The stuff he does on there is freaking fantastic. Like Jaws, like everything that he touches is gold.
Oh yeah,
for the most part.
But yeah, I mean, this past match with the movie match, you probably didn't see, but I know, Mark, you've probably seen our MTS match, our first movie trivia match of the week.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty much caught up on everything.
Yeah, which was mostly anticipated, a very high-ranked one, with Omega Alex Warden and the Hobbit Robert Parker. It was a match. Robert came out with the win on that. Very close game. Very high-scoring games for those two, too.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe those are some of the highest scores we've had for a winner and a loser for that. So I'd be worried for future competitors. Mark, let's start with you this time.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, what were your thoughts with the match? Because I remember you being there live in the chat.
Well, I was there for a little bit just because I popped in when I was at work. But, yeah, no, like, I've faced Robert a couple times now, and, like, Robert knows his shit. Like,
yeah.
Robert is one of the best, well-rounded players in the Inner Geekdom, and quite well-rounded in movie trivia too. And Alex is the same way in both categories for the most part, except for Alex. He has his weaknesses that you give him Harry Potter. Like he may know something, but like he. No offense to him, but he if it gets to a little bit of a tougher question in Harry Potter, he's probably going to get it wrong. But but he's got it. He's got his strengths, and movie trivia is definitely one of his strengths. If you've seen, there will be trivia match that dropped with him and him against Case. Like you see his skill there, and Robert's the same way. You knew going in that it'd be a fantastic match. It'll be a good match, a close match, and you definitely got what you wanted there, and it was entertaining. It was two guys showing respect for each other too.
Oh yeah. I mean, you saw like with There Will Be Trivia also with what Alex can do. That last match, it it was more one-sided because of whether it be rustiness or the other person just shit the bed for that There Will Be Trivia match. But yeah, Alex did show his knowledge, so did Robert. I mean, Sean, you're 2-0 yourself in MTS with two, was it knockouts or technical knockouts?
Technical knockouts.
So, I mean, what was that like looking forward for you? Because Robert is now also 2-0. I mean, probably not as many TKOs, but still a heavy hitter for you.
Oh, absolutely. And trust me on this. The second, I realized that he was 2-0, I realized that most likely we're going to wind up meeting up at some point. And that is an opportunity I'm really, really looking forward to, because Robert is an absolute freaking animal. Like, the guy is so talented when it comes to that. Overall, I think that his and my match, I think my knockout streak's going to wind up, hitting the skids on that one, because I don't see me taking him out before the third round, where I have to answer some questions there. But otherwise, I'm really, really looking forward to potentially playing Robert. The guy is just a total beast.
Yeah, and yeah, our little Harloff here might have his KO streak ended there, but that happens, and regardless, that would be a good match to see with you and Robert. But another match we also had for MTS was our third, or I want to say our third team match.
It was our third.
We were the second one.
Yeah, we were the second one. Yeah, our third team match, which saw Notorious Chance. If you've seen There Will Be Trivia, you know who these guys are, even back in the old Fan Reaction League before. But you know who these guys are. You know how dangerous Chance and Russell can be. And they showed it. They showed what they can do in the match. And their opponent, surprisingly, was a new faction of Omega Kappa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was Nico Suave Regole, our little Squeak Scolari, I guess you could say, Mark and Sean. Mark's over there just cracking up knowing that punchline. So is Sean. But yeah, in a Freebird style team with Mrs. Omega herself, Aaron, and I don't know how the hell he pulled this one. He either knows how to talk a sweet walk or he whored himself out. I don't know. But the Meme Queen herself, which I apologize, Jen, if you're watching this, it's Meme Queen, not Mimi Queen, like Haven kept repeating. But but a team with Nico and Jen versus Russell and Chance. Russell and Chance pulled out the victory at the end, but they still took them. They still took them to the third round. Let's go with Sean this time. Sean, what do you think of that match overall?
That was a fantastic match, and I feel like I'm sort of reiterating my thoughts, but this has just been a fantastic week when it comes to all the different quality competitors that we've had going at it. It was a lot of fun watching damn near every match that was that took place. Jen is such a beast, but made a very, very big error when it came to admitting that she's weak on directors.
Yep.
Because that was instantly the moment we all just went, "The Russians cut! The Russians cut!"
Exactly, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, if you watch a lot of her matches, like it's kind of a known weakness.
Yeah.
But other than that, other than that, she's still a fantastic.
Oh, she's amazing. She's so knowledgeable. She's incredible.
Yeah, I know people want to say, "Oh, she's the best female competitor." Screw that. She's one of the best competitors. Period, male or female.
Absolutely, I concur with you wholeheartedly on that one.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't like the segregation between we gotta do separate categories for male and female. No, just in total, just everyone's the same. Gender doesn't matter in movie trivia.
No, it doesn't.
I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great match, minus a little mishap here and there, but Yeah, Jen basically put 150 to 200 pounds on her back and carried it uphill for the most part. But I'm sorry. I mean, Nico did very well for that too with his past performances in movies. He did have an improvement, and if they probably didn't hit directors like those directing questions, that probably it might have been a little bit different. But
Yeah.
I think those directing questions was kind of like the oh shit factor.
Yeah.
But
and just when it comes to a statement like that, when it comes to, I know there's a little bit of controversy when it comes to their 3 questions revolved around directors. There was 30 questions written in total, and it just came down to their point totals and the numbers they chose. It was a fluke accident, a complete fluke that they hit director. Every all their questions were directors.
It was like a 1% chance for that, and
just like you got
they had that luck, and they had the luck of 1%.
Yeah,
but that one, like Sean has saying, so far these matches have been very good. Our next match down the line was on. This is where we might hit a bit of a skid, depending on what your thought of it is. Wrestling Wednesdays, which we had our WTS Wrestling Trivia Showdown. Haven, Neville, and Pendergast versus Harry. What's Harry's?
Mark. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm drawing a blank on your last name. In the chat, we just see Harry. Oh,
Harry.
I can put.
Yeah, Harry Smark.
Harry the Smart. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on your last name, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he's a beast with with wrestling as it is. So it wasn't a bad. It's not like it's a bad match.
I just remember Broadhurst.
Yeah, Broadhurst, but it was still a good match. Harry pulled out the win over Haven. But Mark, you were more there for that. What was your thoughts with that thing?
Yeah, a lot of my thoughts have already. Harry Styles, Kane. Wow, Kane. Sorry, I just clicked on the YouTube thing and I just saw that. No, but yeah, my thoughts have been made. I'm not. For the most part, it was a good match, but there was a lot of when it came to the hiccups, and the problems, they were pretty big. But other than that, Harry versus Haven was actually a good match. For a good part, I've said what I need to say about it. Tim, you've seen it, so
yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. What's said was said about it. It was still a good match regardless because Harry does go to three wins, no defeats, so he kind of moves himself up there in that title picture.
Yeah.
We'll probably end up seeing that. And for his knowledge, I'm kind of worried if he goes for that title because I would have to kind of side where he might pull it out. I don't know, but we'd have to see later on down the road. But Sean, were you able to check that match out to see it?
I have not seen that match yet, primarily because if you're talking about wrestling, 10-year-old me would be all over that shit. But I'd be super down for it. I loved wrestling when I was younger, but nowadays it's like speaking Chinese to me. I don't know anybody, and I'm pretty awful when it comes to it. But I think though I have seen a few matches when it comes to the WTS thing. And I think if Nico can wind up pulling out the championship in a total upset, against JTH, I think that damn near anything can happen when it comes to that. I think it's very interesting the way that whole league's going to wind up playing out.
Yeah, I mean, very much so.
Also, that's not a shot against Nico. That's not a shot against Nico or anything like that. It's just that was a huge upset.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, even I remember watching that, and I was just like, "Oh, you got here, Nico," because I was putting my money on JTH too because he was unstoppable. But Nico pulled out the upset, and I was happy for him.
Yep.
If you watched my first two matches with Jeremy Hastings, JTH, they're like two of the best matches that our first match is without a doubt probably like one of the best matches like that we've done in the WTS, that's for sure. Like
yeah.
And then like and also just to bring that up, like on Wednesday, match number 3 of our rubber match, best 2 out of 3 matches that me and Jeremy have had is going up on Wednesday. So be sure to check that out. I know it'll be good.
Yeah, we'll do a quick lineup of next week too here after we get through our last one here. But yeah, like to harken on Sean's point with wrestling, it is kind of a anything can happen league because it's so still small enough where it's growing and we're getting this newness from it. If you can understand with that phrasing, because I suck at words, but it's growing and you're getting that freshness type of thing with it and exciting bits. So I think there is that possibility. But that finishes us up with Thursday, our very last match, which I think this one we ended the week off with one hell of a fucking bang. This was flying back over Nagasaki, an American plane waving down, going, "You bitches act up. This is what you get." And we dropped the bomb with our Inner Geekdom match, which I was very, very proud of.
I'm Canadian. I don't get that reference.
Don't worry. We'll go up there and kill the Arquettes. You got that reference, didn't you, bitch? All right. Yes, our Inner Geekdom rivalry match that anticipated for, which was the Hobbit Robert Parker and the King Caleb Coho. Even though people hate that match lived up to the hype. And Sean, Mark, I know you both were in the chat. I'm not even going to say anything on this. I'm just going to shove it to you guys. Go with your thoughts on that. Sean, I'm throwing it to you first, man.
I mean, what's there to say about it? I mean, Robert came in, did what he does, and showed us exactly why he's a force to be reckoned with in IG. As far as, I'm not going to lie. I added on to the dog pile when it came to Caleb. I will not try to pretend like I was being gentlemanly when it came to all this. I was being a right dick to him. But at the end of the day, Caleb's such a great heel. I mean, he really is. He's starting to really... At first, he came in like real hot, and sometimes he takes it a touch too far. But I think he's starting to really find his place in that role. I think he's starting to understand how to make it so that he's both an interesting heel and, not just one that's going to burn out super fast. That being said, he needs to win some shit before he starts popping off like he is. Because it's like, I mean, he's 1-4 across all our leagues, I think. And he only beat
something
Jonathan
like
West.
that, yeah.
And no disrespect to Jonathan or anything like that, but Jonathan has not shown to be an exceptional player in terms of the fact that, I think across all leagues, he's 0-4. So,
yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, you gotta beat someone, especially someone of note, before, the heel role becomes as interesting as it can possibly be. And so, yeah. That's my thoughts on the matter. Yeah.
All right, Mark, how about you, buddy?
Oh, you mean I guess you guys are right. The best heel in the Jobberville. Hey, the best heel.
Damn, dude.
That's your new tagline, buddy. And also, congratulations on dropping character publicly.
That's also another matter that wasn't part of the matches, but yeah, for producing and hosting, and I did it with my running buddy over there, Kane, which he's in the chat right now as well. But it was a very entertaining match. It was very enthralling. It was very much anticipated, and I think more than anything, the chat. If I could have had right there on screen like a live interaction with the live chat, and you would have seen just people going off, like Robert winning. There was like 16 people in a row. Congrats, you're the best. You're great. You're awesome, man. You're one of the nicest guys. And then as soon as Caleb was about ready to give his defeat speech, every one of those 16 was like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I want him. I want him. I want him. I want him." And oh my god, it ended strong with that IG. And Mark, you were one of the heavy ones that were like, "I want this bomb. I want him."
I've wanted him since July when he first popped up. I've been calling his ass out since July, and
I don't think it's been that long.
It has. I screenshotted it, July 28th.
Caleb's been in this league that long?
No. Back in the original Take 3 Facebook page when he first showed up, when Worldwide Movie Trivia was still going on and all that. He popped
all the way back then.
Yeah, I've been calling his ass out since then. I've got a screenshot right here of the exact date, July 28th, 2017. I've been calling his ass out.
I mean, I think that warrants a match between the two. That's just me personally. But if you've been calling someone out for 6 months, he's like your Subrath, for Christ's sakes.
He was around for about a month. And I was chirping him and all that, and because like, oh god, like, oh, you're calling yourself the king, like just a bunch of this shit. And I was hoping to get a match in the old Take 3 thing that never panned out, and then he disappeared, and now he's popped up again. So I'm back to, I want my match.
I will harken on a note, Kane in the chat, #salty. I will harken on that. But
who's he aiming that at exactly?
What, Kane?
Yeah, who's he aiming the #salty at?
If I were to guess, probably Mark there.
Kane. In Intergeekdom, you beat me. I give you the props on that. You won the match. And my business with Kane McMillan, no longer Yellow Ranger. Kane the Hurricane, I've got no beef with you anymore.
Yeah, it's. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm not. We're moving on from that. So we're going to give a quick run. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we got lined up coming so far this week.
Really quickly, before we move on to that,
yeah,
I think we might have missed one match.
What?
That would be the triple threat match in comic book trivia.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can cover that. I just don't count it as like one of the full for the rundown matches, but we can.
It's on the channel.
Yeah, right. I mean, we can cover that, Sean. I'll let you go ahead because I have yet to see these myself with being so busy with behind the scenes and everything.
I've seen them, and it just like all I gotta say is what to expect.
Well, I beat Marangoni and Jonathan West like they owed me money. That's it's about the long and the short of it.
I'm sorry, Jake. Hashtag we'll always have There Will Be Trivia.
That comic books, like the actual comic books, are a major weakness for him. So.
I think for a lot of people, if you don't know the comics, that's going to be a major weakness.
Yep.
Like, I would do good probably with the movies and TV, but I'd get killed in comics. I'd be like, well, this is a free point for you. I'm going to go get a coffee.
Yeah, I just grew up reading comics, so it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's one of the things I really love, to be honest with you. It's one of my major passions in life. So
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
me and masturbating. I mean, watching quality TV shows, folks. Always watch quality TV shows.
Oh my god.
I mean, why can't you do both?
Yeah, pretty well.
Got
Yeah.
him.
Sean, go ahead. What was the other? Because there was two of them, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's two of them.
2 comic book matches.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
There was. Right. And the other one, what did you expect? Grant came in and he had to play against Malcolm and Hunter, and it was just a blowout.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolute blowout. I think the final score was 16-6.
yeah. I mean, nothing against Malcolm. He's a great guy.
No.
Nothing against Hunter too, but outside of wrestling, Hunter can't win. Um,
Oh, and Kane has a question regarding the comic book trivia tournament. He's asking, why is the right side so stacked with you, Sean? Thank you, Kane. Appreciate that. Chance and Grant. I don't know personally. It's going to make things really interesting, and Brooklyn's no slouch either. Let's get that perfectly straight as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess you'd have to take that up with Grant when he's back.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
All I know is that the next match with me and Grant is just going to be an absolute fucking brawl.
yeah, like I told you, that was my finals.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah, well, it's it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm so bummed out I have to play my teammate.
Yeah.
And one of my very good friends, but hey, I really want that belt. I really want that belt.
Like on a personal note, we know you're not feeling too great right now, Grant. Best wishes to you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, that goes without saying. Whether it's Omega or whatever, just on that personal level, we wish you a speedy return to us. You are a great friend, a great comrade with us, I guess you could say, without sounding too much like a communist here. I mean, he's one of those nice guys you just love having around. Like,
oh, absolutely.
You can just talk to him for hours. And mashed potatoes, Caleb H is the same way.
100%.
Like,
which, by the way, welcome back.
Oh yeah,
yeah, welcome, and also another welcome back, Caleb.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I mean, we were all so worried about Caleb for those few weeks that he was gone, and now that he's back, oh my god! Like it was just when I got that message from him, oh my god, I was so happy. And on top of that, I know that he really, really appreciates all the concern that went out for him.
Oh yeah.
Like he even told me, he goes, I had no idea so many people cared about what was going on with me, and we do, brother. Like, I mean, we're all brought together for our love of trivia and our love of movies, but like we care about one another, and we're just so happy that you're back, man.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I was fixing something, just like cutting up shit, almost cutting my finger off, because I'm like, the fuck? When I saw it was like Caleb message, I'm like, the fuck? No way.
Oh yeah, I know.
And yeah, but I mean, we've developed some friendships, some great camaraderie here, and it's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
But moving back on with the show, we'll do a quick rundown, then we'll get into questions, AMA, shooting shit, like what we always do. But the rundown next week, we're going to have this coming Sunday, the next tournament match in the TV Trivia Tournament Championships, which will be the Titan Chance Ellison and Dylan the Thunder Muschieto. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
Mushatella.
Thank you, Sean. This is why you're my also other co-host when
not
available.
Not a problem.
But that one will be dropping Monday. We have a great movie match lined up. Tuesday for movies, we have two great movie trivia matches lined up. Wednesday, as Mark said, him and Jeremy go at it in wrestling, and in Air Geekdom, Sandy and Malcolm go head to head. The Crusher Sandman. And I think it's going to be another strong week for us. But let's run down real quick. Out of those matches,
Also,
Mark.
we're also forgetting about we've got a really big thing happening on Saturday. Let's not forget about.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I kind of it's weird for me to play Saturdays because normally that's like our AMA day. But yeah, like Marcus said, Saturday, of course, is one of our special events that we're doing with big consequence. Our free for all event. 20 competitors, one match, free for all style. 5 questions in each round from each division: movie, wrestling, intergeekdom, TV, music. The winner with that earns a title shot in any one of those divisions that they so seldomly please.
I know.
And before that,
title.
yeah. But also before that match goes, you're going to see the Intergeekdom Championship as well, the much anticipated from the last tournament we had with Chance and, of course, our champion, Leo the Lion himself. It's going to be, that match is going to be big, and then going into the free-for-all, I think our adrenaline is going to be pumped from that to the free-for-all. And 2 members that are in the free-for-all, our own Canadian Nightmare Harley Quinn, her himself, however you want to, we don't genderfy here, so itself, Mark Borick, and Sicario, Mr. Sean Sandberg. I mean, it's going to be a stacked event. Yeah, it's going to be a stacked event, but minus the free-for-all aside, because I know that's going to be like a favoritism since you guys are both in it. Mark, what's your favorite match out of next week? Taking away the free-for-all, because that's going to be fun regardless, but...
Of course, it's always fun to watch Chance compete. The TV tournament match will be really good. Just Dylan's also skilled when it comes to TV, but like it's Chance the Titan. It's always fun watching him compete, and a lot of the time dominate.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And Sean, same question. What's one of those matches you're looking really forward to?
The IG Championship match is coming up, correct?
Oh.
Yeah.
Chance is in that one as well, correct?
Yeah. Chance versus Leo for the title.
That's going to be insane. That is just. I've said this on other shows and stuff like that. Chance is one of my favorite competitors to watch. The guy is so damn talented, and so yeah, like I think overall that's going to be the one that really pulls in the viewers. Oh, by the way, one thing we didn't mention. We had the first video in this past week to hit over 1,000 views on Film Nerd TV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. A tag team match.
Yep. And Tim, you're in it. So
I was hosting that, I do believe, wasn't I?
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
One of my many hats around here, since I've stepped back from competing, the exception is whenever my partner, the Canadian Harley Quinn, calls on me, and you know, I'm there to back him up, even though I'm hoping he doesn't dress in a Harley Quinn costume again when I'm there. But
cosplaying is fun.
I'm not saying it's not, because you know I remember dressing up as the Green Ranger as a 20-some-year-old adult, but yeah, I think that covers it also. And I also want to say, also dropping later today is a teaser poster for the Intergeekdom Championship match, which was done by our own Kane McMillan, and Kane killed it for that. And also a rankings poster for Intergeekdom for our champion on down to our top 10, which this is updated after the Robert and Caleb match. So you'll see the standings. You'll know where you're placed if you're in the top 10. Yeah, that's pretty much the quick rundown. Now we can get into the juicy parts of your questions, and you get to see us answering and stumbling. But first question I do want to hit, because this was really Brooklyn's baby to do this, and I'm just filling in the reins because he's on vacation with a music concert to go see Canadian bands such as Rush and Rush and Rush. I don't know Canadian bands, sorry. But
Rush.
Yes,
Rush is over. Neil Peart retired.
Well, whatever Canadians are playing bands up there, I don't know.
Definitely hip, very naked ladies.
There you go. But I think they're kind of not. They're not what they used to be.
They're not really together anymore. I mean, their second lead vocalist left, so.
Mm-hmm. Those are big mistakes having a music genius on this. He calls us out.
Well, yeah, but
also, music genius might be overstepping a touch, but I appreciate the compliment.
Okay, you know what? Someone that really loves music, then.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's been my life for the past 14 years. So.
Oh yeah. No.
But our first question, because I do want to throw this one out there, this is from our boy Brooklyn. Brooklyn asks, with the acquisition of Fox Studios for 53 billion, I do believe. 53 billion.
Yep, 53 billion.
Fucking money. But
goddamn right it is.
What one character are you looking forward to appearing in the MCU? For Brooklyn personally, it's the Silver Surfer, so that's a big one. Me, I would have to say, God, I mean, there's so many villains they could use now, like Victor Von Doom, maybe a Fantastic Four done right, but I want to go with Galactus because you're going to need a big threat after Thanos will eventually be defeated. But Sean, what's one of yours?
Well, you touched on it earlier. Mine is the Fantastic Four, undoubtedly.
Okay. I take it you weren't a big fan of the other movies?
No, I was not. I mean, I think it's fascinating because the only film in which they actually decide to use their powers in a way to be heroic is the Roger Corman movie from like the 90s.
Yeah, and that one was
really bizarre.
Awful. Yeah.
But I just want to see it done right.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, I love those characters. Sue Storm is the first lady of comic books, for Christ's sakes, and she needs to be done right. You know what I mean? Like that. There's such a seminal presence in terms of the Marvel universe that them not getting a good movie, outside of The Incredibles, everybody says that though, is just a total travesty.
Yeah, because they are, from what I do know of the comics, they are one of, I guess how you can say, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. is a founder of the Avengers movies. Fantastic Four is a founder and a forefather for Marvel Comics. And to not see them done right is, like you said, Sean, a travesty. So, but with that, Mark, what's one that you're looking forward to?
I gotta the Fantastic Four. Like, I would love to see a good Fantastic Four movie, but also as a singular character, I agree with Galactus.
Oh yeah,
it's like I've so far with the Marvel space movies, like the intergalactic movies, like the Thor and Guardians movies. Like, I've loved all of them so far, and I love the space. Like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like, the sci-fi soap space opera.
Yeah,
and I love that aspect of it. Those are some of my favorite Marvel movies.
Oh yeah,
you got Galactus, and it's good. I want to see what they do.
Yeah, it's something they're booming on with the space movies, with Guardians, and with Thor Ragnarok, and it is a good possibility for them moving forward. I hope they at least do them right. It is going to be fun seeing these characters back with all under a Marvel banner. I just hope they don't fuck some of them up.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah, like it just with Marvel Studios, they haven't really made a bad movie. Sure, some of them haven't been as great as what you expect, but there still hasn't really been a bad Marvel Studios film.
Oh yeah.
Oh, also speaking of Marvel,
Sean in his comic book corner.
Oh yeah.
But there is one Haven mentioned Juggernaut. That would be an interesting one to see.
Oh yeah, and obviously
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Bitch.
Deadpool would be good. I just worry they did fine how they did the first one. I just kind of worry if the Marvel Disney influence wouldn't mess that up. That's what I'm kind of worried for.
I don't think that they will, because the way that they've treated the source material and the way that they've gone about doing these movies since Disney acquired Marvel has been nothing short of spectacular.
Oh yeah. And if anything, like you can still kind of release it under the Fox banner. Like you can kind of have a separate kind of like.
Well, yeah. It's Fox is still going to be running, but they're going to be owned by.
Yeah.
There's Iger there looking down with the mouse, going, "Get to making the movies, bitches."
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, no. Just like I'm talking about, like you can someone have a little bit of a separate. You don't have to really rely hard on the. This movie's brought to you. This movie was made by Disney. Like you can kind of hide it a little bit if you need to go for a little more of an adult feel, or like potential rated R to keep Deadpool rated R.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, because the more money also aspect of it, because they're getting a bigger budget for Deadpool 2, could be different, but we'll just have to wait to see, because they've been at least quiet with the trailers. Like, Cable's going to be in there, but that's it.
Yeah. They
do trailers right, unlike everyone else ruining the movie by here's the trailer and the movie.
Yeah.
But another question I wanted to throw out here, because Kane, I am not asking that one. But I will ask Haven's, since it is kind of relevant because we're all adults and drunks.
Hey.
Haven asks, Mark Bork, do you prefer beer or liquor? And we'll run down, but Mark, what's yours?
I'll go with liquor and wine. Beer.
You wino.
Hey, a good wine's a good wine.
That's
yeah.
Yeah. In all honesty, because like where I work, I had a distribution center. So for the big change, okay, I work for the LCBO, but here in Ontario, all the liquor that comes through, like at least Southwestern Ontario, comes through my warehouse, and so I see a bunch of stuff that I've never even heard of before. I go like, oh. I'll try this out, and there's just more of a selection when it comes to liquor and wine.
Oh, yeah. And Sean, I think I can guess with my fellow clear liquid brethren over here.
I moved over to vodka. I drank rum originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a rum phase for quite a while, but yeah, I'm more. If I have to pick something up, 9 times out of 10, I'll pick up a bottle of Ketel One vodka, or
nice.
Or if I have the money to drop on it, I'll pick up a bottle of Belvedere or Grey Goose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love Grey Goose.
I adore Grey Goose. It is so goddamn good.
Oh, yeah. Me, yeah, I had my...
Moonshine!
Well, yes. I had, when I was younger, like you had your bourbon or your rum phase, I had a bourbon phase and whiskey, and then I went to vodka and, like, Sean said, 128 proof moonshine, baby.
Yeah.
But I will not turn down a good beer either. I do love a lot of craft beers, because craft is big around here, especially with Pittsburgh, 40 minutes away, 35 if you just look at the speed limit as, that's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
But Kane also had another question. This one I will ask, so it doesn't piss off one of our contestants or one of our panelists up here. Like the first question probably would.
I kind of want to play devil's advocate on that question, to be honest with you.
Well, we'll hit that one after this one, then, Sean. Since I do have some support with that one. But Kane's question is, what costume will we see Mark Bork wear next for his next comic book match? Mark, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, no, I've got thoughts, and I've got it planned out. It's just like, hey, I'm going up against chance. I need all the psychological help I can get. So leave it at that.
I kind of have an idea. You could go as a colonial American soldier during the Revolutionary War with a baseball cap backwards and your hair hidden up, and you can say you're JTE.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going for a second there, but I was going to say like, nah, I've done my time in uniform, so
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I do miss it, but yeah, trust me, wearing a military uniform for damn near 24/7. You don't really get the urge to put it back on first. So I did that for about 5 years. So
Yeah.
I think I have a guess as to what Mark's going to probably do next.
ooh,
Oh God, please no! I don't want to see Mark in red leather. No.
I had the equipment, sir, but no, I've got my next costume already picked out.
Okay.
And Kane's first question, I guess we'll ask that.
I just need to know
Kane,
the date and the time, so I can make some other preparations. Ahead of
well, I
time.
think that would be Sean here that would be able to tell you that because he's big into
I,
the comic
yeah,
book game there.
I know that there's nothing right now just because of what's going on with Grant, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's just on hold right now until,
yeah,
he's
which I
doing better.
totally
So,
understand. And like I've told Grant himself, like just focus on getting better, buddy.
exactly. Yeah.
Yep. But Kane's first question is, I guess this is centered toward more Mark. Sean, we're going to go to your reaction first. We're going to save Mark's for last on this one. Kane's question, why is Harley Quinn so overrated? Sean?
No. He changed it. He later agreed that she's a great character because like he's after I said that he goes, oh, I agree with Mark for a point. So he
I don't know if that was in relation to Harley Quinn being great, but
no, it was.
oh, was it? Okay. I mean,
Look
Kane can clarify that if he so chooses. I want everyone to understand something really quickly. I am simply playing devil's advocate here. All right. These are in no way my real thoughts and feelings about Harley Quinn, but Harley Quinn is totally overrated. Completely overrated. I mean, let's face it. She's only been around for a very, very short period of time. Okay? She's only been around since the 90s. And I think that it's like when you get a new car. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I was literally just looking. You had just such a shocked look on your face.
Yeah, but go ahead, then we'll go into Haven's question and then go into that.
Okay. All right. It's Harley Quinn, very much so, is like when you get a new car. You know what I mean? It has that sheen, and it's so awesome, for the first little while that you have it, but new things come along. She's a flash in the pan at the end of the day. And her selling so many comic books right now is really just a byproduct of not only the Suicide Squad film, but on top of that, the fact that everyone just has grown up with Batman the Animated Series. Everyone's got nostalgia goggles on for Harley Quinn.
Well, I think over just the period of everything is more that whole nostalgic feel, like The Force Awakens, that whole nostalgic of Star Wars is back, yada, yada, yada. And
Yep.
we had that. Same with Suicide Squad. All these characters are back, yada, yada, yada. And now the comics are hyping on that as well, like you said. But we're going to kick it over with Mark. Mark.
Like I've always said that like for the longest time I've always been afraid to get into comics because like I'm a completist. I'd want to read everything, and you would not see me for like 3 years. So I'd be taking a deep dive. But also, I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube and all that when it comes to like comic books and comic book history and different histories on characters and all that. Especially now with so I'm not a complete dumbass when it comes to the comic book trivia. I'm trying to be as well rounded as I possibly can, and I've recently gotten into the comic books. Like, granted, a lot of this you can blame on Alex for getting the ball rolling with that bet,
Yeah.
and JT, you're great. I'll never speak bad of you, buddy. But yeah, no, it just and recently it helped start getting my. I think Harley Quinn. I've been seeing a bunch of different stuff and like iterations and all that. She is a compelling and a complex character, so I do enjoy that when it comes to her. And she, she's she does seem like a fun character also. So I've enjoyed a lot of what I've seen and read when it comes to Harley Quinn recently. Sure, there's been some stuff that's been really bad, but like I've had some enjoyment researching and actually getting to know the character.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's something that is good, especially if you love that character. Like we know Mark Harley Quinn. If you can't tell, then you need to open up your fucking eyes and put down the goddamn bottle. Not you, Sean. You function great as an alcoholic. So do I.
Damn right I did.
Renee, RJ is also a good. He's
Alcoholic.
alcoholic. Well, no, I'm not saying he's an alcoholic, but like when he does trivia drunk, like as you see when we dropped the Power Rangers match on Monday,
Oh yeah.
you'll see how good he is.
Oh God, I think after that match he had to run for that fucking toilet because he was about ready to upchuck. He was
Yeah.
bad. But um, with that, Haven does ask a good question. With Black Panther coming up with it close to being its release date, his question is more: how much money do you think the Black Panther will make in total? But let's work up to that, and let's work first with how much do you think it'll make opening weekend, the 3-day weekend? Uh, Mark, let's go ahead and start with you.
Um, 3 day opening weekend. Is that a holiday in the States?
No, I don't believe that weekend is a holiday. No,
Okay.
It's not, but it's also being released during Black History Month.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I think that bumps it up like 5 million for me. So I'm going to go with 110. I think it'll.
110.
I think because there's a lot of hype and a lot of people are really excited for it. And the trailers have been really great. Like there's a lot of people that I've talked to outside of here, like just in normal life, who are really excited for Black Panther. So I I do think that it will break 100 mil. I I originally was thinking 105, but with Black History,
Yeah.
I think that could give it an extra 5 million jump. So I'm going to go
Okay.
with
And what would be your guess for overall worldwide for like let's just say after it's run, how much do you think it's going to make in total?
if it's as good as everyone thinks. I'll go. We're talking worldwide, not domestic, right?
Yeah, we're talking worldwide overall. How much do you think the haul will be after its run of over the time that's in the theater? Like how much accumulative do you think
Yeah.
do you think it has a possibility to hit like a $1 billion mark?
Unfortunately, no. But I'll go with 615.
615. Okay. Sean, how about you? Same two questions there.
Okay, opening weekend. It's tough to say because one of two things is going to happen when the pre-release reviews come out. If they're really really good, and if Black Panther is in the high 90s, then I think opening weekend it could do anywhere from 150 to 175 million. But that's predicated
Yeah.
upon whether or not the reviews are good, because word of mouth, on top of it being, a very important film for the Marvel Universe, is really going to dictate that. If it turns out that it's really bad, then that's going to hurt it, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of the overall gross. But I think somewhere from 150 to 175 isn't out of the realms of possibility for this film opening weekend. I think that due to it being released in Black History Month, during Black History Month, and on top of that, the fact that it is, a character that we've all been waiting for, that was so successful in Civil War, I think that it's got a genuine chance of doing that. As far as overall, I think it could. Once again, it's entirely based on word of mouth and whether or not it gets good reviews. But if it does get really good reviews, there's no reason this couldn't join the $1 billion club. There really isn't.
Oh yeah,
I mean, But if I had to guess, I'm going to say somewhere from $800 million to $1 billion is what it's going to do in total. I think that it's just going to do fucking gangbusters.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really hoping for it. Yeah, do you guys know what's opening around the time frame?
I can look it up here.
I'll look it up right now.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you look it up because I do hearken on Sean. I do think it's going to make. I would put maybe 125 because it's still February, so it's kind of still in that movies don't really pick up until May to kick into the summer months. So I think opening weekend probably 125. I think it's like a $250 million budget at the most, and that's including the doubling for advertising. It'll make its money back and definitely make a profit, but probably say 125 overall. If the hype is as good as what we hear, you could hit the $1 billion mark for it. Yeah. But that's going to depend, like what Sean said, if the hype is good. If this turns out to be not as good, 100 mil, I would say. And real quick before Sean tells us, Haven has 800 million overall. Kane has 900 million overall, and opening weekend 175. So he's kind of up there.
Oh, dang. I'm not good with box office, like when it comes to actually estimating the box office. So, I know I lowballed myself.
Well, here's the thing: I might have lowballed as well because, like I said, if this movie gets really great reviews, and if it is like the cultural phenomenon that we think it may be, there's no reason this couldn't crack 200 million.
Oh yeah,
there's no reason for it. Like
no, I know. I expect it to be. I'm really hoping that it's really good, and I expect it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope my lowball doesn't give my thoughts on what I think the film is. Like I said, I'm not good with estimating the box office. So
this is going. Okay, what I'm going to say maybe divisive.
You're breaking up there.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit.
You're froze now.
Yeah.
I need a screenshot of the picture. Pull him up on the big screen.
But for mine, he's all black. He's still, he's up there now okay. Yeah. Now it's pretty much just his face there. But I think I have to look at it as it doesn't really have any competition for February outside, as Kane was saying on here, as 50 Shades, because for February, it has the potential of how Star Wars has taken over December. It could take over February, but it also goes to Marvel has that draw, but it has to be good on repeat viewings and word of mouth. So, Mark?
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Okay. I just got a picture of that, and now I'm going to send it to Sean.
Oh, there's no Sunday AMA without this. Kane is Kane said, look at Deadpool in February. That was a good example because Deadpool did really good as well in February when it debuted, pulling in a lot of money too. I don't think 200 million could be out of the range, but I think being at February 125, maybe 175 for opening weekend. And then a lot of people are going in with Marches stacked with Ready Player One, Wrinkle in Time, and a couple others. marketing for Fantastic B or
And just
fantastic for BP.
Just to agree with Kane.
Black Panther.
Yeah, no, trust me. The bigger box office, what will beat it in the box office for sure is 50 Shades of Grey. That whatever sequel that is, that would destroy Black Panther.
50 Shades of Grey or the 50 Shades Darker is going to beat Black Panther. Are you kidding me?
Of course I am.
I don't even think that the first one barely made its budget back.
I actually did. I'm pretty sure it did in the advance tickets, but like, I think like 2 days after it dropped in the theaters, like it bottomed out hardcore. I remember that happened.
Yeah, one of those is like if your girlfriend really likes it and then you're forced to go take her to see it. I mean,
even like your girlfriend's really pissed off at you, and she doesn't mind torturing herself, just because it'll be more torture for you.
Yeah, it really is kind of something like that where, like, it's more you're going to have more of a draw for probably Black Panther as like an overall, like how Deadpool worked out, because Deadpool was a good.
Oh yeah, but like Deadpool is kind of an anatomy for it though.
Yeah. I mean, yes and no, because something like that dropping in February, when January and February are kind of like the dead months for dropping a movie, where you'll drop it to make what money you can, and studios will put that in with the pool for next year so they can out their next big projects with what money they have. But I think Marvel could do very well in February with Black Panther because there's nothing else around it, which is the thing. And Robert Parker has joined us in the chat. Robert, welcome.
Yeah, and also like two really big movies that were surprise, like technically surprise hits. Like you had Deadpool, and then you've also had the first Kingsman movie.
And Sean's back after that technical difficulty, buddy.
Yeah, my internet crapped out for a minute for some reason, but
I grabbed a good picture of you, so of when you were frozen.
It's great to have you back, Subroth. I mean, Sean.
Fuck off, Jim. No, well played on that one. I can't even fault you for that one. That was good.
Oh God. And one of Robert's points in the chat before we get back to on track here, because Robert joined us. We've seen February movies take money, though, even comic book movies. Look at something like Kingsman or Deadpool, both early year releases that had legs in the box office, which me and Mark did point on that while Sean was having technical difficulties. And that is a good point that comic book movies can have that draw in February. It's just it's going to be they're going to count for the repeat viewing for the building up of the box office, and if it's as good as everyone is saying for early access for it, as good as it can be, that's going to determine it.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. And
plus, did you guys hear what I said about China, or did I freeze before that?
You were frozen before that.
Like you broke up, like right as you were trying to say something.
Yeah.
Okay. China, on average, at least from what I've read, doesn't tend to gravitate towards movies with black lead characters, and I don't know what the trend for that is because of, but it may wind up hurting Black Panther overall in terms of the money it can make worldwide, potentially.
Yeah, because China is a very big market. I mean, just ask Michael.
It's the second largest movie market in the entire world.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know what the cause of that is, but it just seems to be a trend, at least with that. This is also from what I've read just about the matter, and yeah, I just hope that doesn't wind up hurting Black Panther. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, China's going to be a very big decision for that because, like what you said with China and their views there, but also looking at past movies like a big bomb here in the States was Warcraft. That was a big bomb that just cleared out a city faster than nuclear testing back in the 40s. But in China, it did gangbusters and it made a profit because of China.
Yeah.
The same with the Transformers movies and as well as the Fast and Furious movies. They love their Vin Diesel over there.
Yeah. Now I'm waiting for
oh yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I'm waiting for the turkey now. The third nuclear bomb reference that you can get in.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go for the hat trick, I guess, but no, we won't speak into that because that would be wrong to try to tie it in with Brooklyn's next question, but because that would be wrong because it's a good question. Brooklyn's second question before he left for his concert was a movie wise until we get some more questions from the chat here. Movie wise question: what's one song that makes you just want to go out on the dance floor and just start dancing like at a club or a bar?
Oh, without a doubt, the Imperial March.
My God.
Oh, sorry, the Cantina Band.
Oh, there you go.
At least he didn't mention the bad Jabba scene they re-digitized.
Oh God.
No.
I don't dance much. I don't know if you can tell that, but last song I think I danced to was "Get Lucky" by Pharrell. I actually really like that song. So.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a song. I mean, I don't really dance that much either. This was back in my early 20s when me and my buddy would go to a bar because he thought he was a hotshot ladies man and he wasn't.
We all know one guy.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was my pool player running buddy. And he would always put on Cupid Shuffle every fucking weekend and do that, and I'm just like, why? But yeah, I don't really dance that much, so I wouldn't. I mean, there's music that I like, but nothing really in a club that I'm going to go out and go on the dance floor and horribly beat to. But yeah, I think that's it for that question. Do you guys have any questions real quick while we're waiting for some in the chat? Sean, Mark?
Well, really quickly, I got asked a question by Kane earlier, which I was waiting to answer in here. Sean, will you ever play an IG? Yes, I will.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that question. Yeah, eventually we'll get Sean in there.
Yeah, eventually. I'm doing a lot of spinning plates right now, and so it's one of those things. I'll eventually get around to it, but I'm gonna be frank with you. I like playing an MTS a lot better. Primarily because, well, I'm better at it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm good with my inner geekdom stuff, but when it comes to just film, I find myself to gravitate more towards that. But there's no reason you couldn't see me in IG at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We all have our divisions that we really excel in, and then despite my record, I know I do good in inner geekdom. Like if you watch any of my previous matches, I lose by a close 1 point or one question. But IG is a good one for me. I'm a pretty well-rounded movie, but it's just IG but it's also the league that I excel in is the wrestling. I've just been able to easily retain a bunch more of that knowledge that I have, and I've spent a large part of time in the history of the wrestling business.
Oh yeah.
And Sean Serenade is a good song.
Yeah. And one of Kane's suggestions for the song was "Jump" by Van Halen when it comes on. Yeah, Robert said Sean should definitely play Inner Geekdom while our halftime musical band here is starting up. These are Kevin Eubanks tonight for the Tonight Show.
Exactly right. And I'm sitting down with a guitar strap on for some random ass reason.
You just need the band
just like Kevin.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's Any other questions you guys want to throw out there? Mark, anything?
Um, eh, it's a, come on, okay, Chad. It's an ask us anything. I don't have much to say.
Another question could be with okay with okay here. Does Mark have the biggest uphill battle in the next round of comic book tournament with Chance?
No,
I could honestly agree with that because Chance
No,
is
no.
dangerous. Chance is dangerous. You can't take him lightly.
no. In all honesty, and if you want an uphill battle, whoever wins between Sean and Grant, whoever takes them on, and like their round two, they get both people get questions involved strictly revolving around comic books. That is
Well,
an
yeah,
uphill battle if you're going up against Sean or Grant.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
nothing
That
against
could be.
Grant, but definitely if it comes down, comes down to the actual comic books and their knowledge. Can't
Oh yeah.
sorry, Grant and Sean, like I've said, that was my finals,
Hmm.
and now it's whoever wins that match. Like, yes, they both lost in the first round, but I truly believe those were flukes. And
Yeah.
like Sean and Grant are without a doubt like the heaviest of heavy hitters. Like I've said before, like I've got a lot of
Stop! You're making me blush.
well, like I got a lot of respect for Chance and what he knows. He's one, and I've known him for several good. I've known him relatively close for a good while now. Just starting back with the old Family Action League when we're all admins there, and now we're admins of Full Metal Media. I talk to him a lot, and like, but it's just like when it comes to comic books, Sean and Grant. I'm sorry, Haven's a good. It's also up there, because like
Haven manages a comic
Yeah.
book store.
Yeah, he manages the comic book store. Like he's got a lot of studying that's really ready available for him. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Haven's great. Haven said to me earlier, "Sorry, Sean, but I'm taking that comic book title. Let's not run before we can walk. All right, like, all right. Don't plan that shit out right now because guess what? I thought I was going to beat Brooklyn, but it's the way the questions fall.
oh yeah, and that's why I said like if for the second round or for the continuation of the first round, whoever wins between you and Grant and whoever you guys face, and the second round purely revolves around comic book matches between both competitors. Good luck to whoever you guys face. That's an uphill battle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them definitely have that pool with the comic book round, but like Sean said, with any match, it just depends on the questions,
Oh yeah.
what you get, what you know. Um, it really does. But a question I think would be good is now that we started like the new year and everything, are a bunch of comic book loving nerds at heart. Um, how well do you think Marvel alone, not counting the overall of Disney, but how well do you think Marvel is going to be out of all the studios, not counting their mixture with Disney? Do you think Marvel is going to be one of the better studios this year of total accumulation for movie revenue wise?
Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt.
No question about it.
You got Infinity War, sorry, and also like with the talks of Black Panther, maybe has a chance to hit $1 billion. Infinity War is going to hit $1 billion.
Yeah, that's pretty much a give me for that one.
Well, not just that, but you've also got Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's absolutely insane the year that Marvel's going to have. Like, Ant-Man and the Wasp will definitely do the least amount of box office, but who knows? It might wind up turning out to be the best film, that Marvel puts out this year. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, we're all freaking out about Infinity War right now, and it's kind of assumed that it's going to be utterly amazing. But at the same time, let's not forget, it could suck.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe that it will, but there's always the chance. Like, it's just one of those things. And on top of that, the expectations are so monumentally grand for Infinity War that, let's face it, it's gonna be challenging for them to like live up to all the expectation. Also, is Captain Marvel coming out this year or next year?
Next year, I
I
believe.
think it's next year.
Next year. Okay, yeah.
No, no, okay. If that came out this year, no matter what, Marvel by a long shot.
Marvel wins.
Oh yeah,
that's
Four
it.
movies, like four Marvel movies. Yeah, no, not.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, Marvel absolutely won in terms of like the studio war last year. It won. Fucking fact.
Oh yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Thor Ragnarok. I mean, it just they did nothing but
Marvel by
kill it
itself.
last year.
Like, well, yeah, I guess but like how like Marvel killed it. Like, okay, Tim, you want to talk about dropping a nuke and destroying everything? Disney, period.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why I stated that separate out of Disney.
Oh, I know, no, but like last year, because like you've also got to remember Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah.
Coco, and Star Wars, Marvel.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Disney is like, if you think about the early Monopoly wars, with especially like the big case with whenever Microsoft got hit, because they were starting to get that Monopoly type of feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of how Disney is with movie studios now with the acquisition of Fox. So that's another belt, or another notch in the belt for them.
Yeah.
But another question we had was from Robert Parker, which was, what are your predictions for the free-for-all? For who do you think will come out as the winner for that? We know the 20 names for who's going to be in it. We only know the top 5 positions for who's going to start. The rest of those 20 competitors, you will be brought into a chat today, probably after this. I will bring you all into a chat. You will be given your numbers so we have everything set up. But that just stays there, and you will know alone. But for the home audience that will be viewing, for those that are not playing, what are some predictions, maybe some upsets you can see for winners, losers of that? Mark, let's go ahead and start with you for that.
For the biggest upset, and probably what I think is going to be the winner, our number 1 entrant, Nico. Wait, no, sorry. I can't believe I said that with a straight face.
You're such a dick.
Nothing against you, Nico, but you're entering number 1, and your knowledge is, I know you'll say it yourself, like you're knowledgeable, but like knowledgeable to last the entire thing is another question.
Yeah, and to reiterate, our top 5 going in are the Cosmic Night Fury, Nico Suave Regoli at number 1. Number 2 is Sandy the Sandman Robinson. Number 3, depending on if he's okay by then or not, will be Grant, or the comic book lad Grant Gregory, Caleb the King Coho, and at number 5, Zadius Z-Man Smith. So it's going to be an interesting first round with just the top 5 there.
Yeah. As far as predictions go, I mean, I can't really say all that much because I'm totally biased because I'm a part of it, and I know Mark is as well. But if I had to guess on who's probably going to win it, excluding myself, even then, I think that some wrestling questions are going to catch me. To be frank with you, I'd probably go with. Is Robert part of the free for all?
Yeah,
Robert Parker. Yeah, Robert Parker will be in the free for all. He'll know his number later on. But
let me pull up who's in it because I
have the list right here. I can run down the list of people.
okay, yeah. If you could run down the list for me, that'd be
a week in wrestling. Hey, trust me, I know. You may pull something. If I'm probably going to get my weakness is definitely going to be the music category. Like so.
Yeah. But the list of everybody in it for Sean and for the people watching at home, Chance, Nico, Mark, Hunter, Ryan, Sandy, Russell, Jim Green, Robert, of course, Chris Woodburn, everyone's favorite heel, Jonathan West, Caleb the King Coho, Grant Gregory, Jake Maragoni, Dan Skip Allen, John Salvi, Zadius, our own Sean Sandberg here, Malcolm Lay, and Lucas Patzloff, who is one of our newer addition that have competed in MTS and wrestling.
Okay. With that list, I know Sandy's starting early, but no one should count him out.
Oh, yeah.
No one should count that guy out. He is a freaking animal, and I think he's got a crack at it. Robert Parker obviously has a crack at it. Chance obviously has a crack at it. If I had to make a dark horse prediction, it might be Woodburn, actually. I think Woodburn, if he gets the right questions, Woodburn can win it. Him getting he's going to ask for an MTS title shot immediately afterwards.
Oh yeah.
And that'll be interesting because Jeremy's he's freaking Jeremy. He's like, I have nothing else to say other than that. But yeah, so my picks going into it. Oh, and Marangoni's actually nothing to sneeze at either. He's very good.
Oh yeah.
Bit of a shit talker here and there. He does it in a very subtle way.
He's a very subtle shit talker.
He was like
MTS or There Will Be Trivia partner.
Well, like before we started recording the comic book match that I had with him and Jonathan, he just he asked me, he just goes, "So you still licking your wounds from your Full Metal loss the other night?" And I was just like, wow, I don't even fucking know you.
Yep, that's Jake Warrior.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he got his ass whooped, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'd love to see like an all table, kind of like how we saw at the Schmodown free for all when you saw like Mark Andreyko, the Beast, William Bibiani, John Roca, the Godfather. You saw like the heavy hitters. I would love to see that of like let's say honestly out of this, let's say Chance, Sandy, you. Honestly, probably Mark. Like I said, his music is going to be his downfall.
Yeah, other than that, I'm strong in all the other categories. So
yeah, and honestly, I'm gonna put Jake in there because he's nothing to sneeze at too. I think his.
What about Robert?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Robert. Yeah,
Robert.
Okay, I'd have to replace Jake with Robert then. But
fuck yeah,
I'd love to see that, and then have depending on who it is, one of them just clears the table like how
that'd be cool.
Andreyko did. Just getting up like, bye guys, and they're all like, fuck.
Yeah. By the way, Robert, you never did answer my question. How do you feel about having a team partner that's never seen Lord of the Rings? I know that's got to be a little bit weird for you.
Oh yeah, because I kind of bring that strength for our team because I'm not like Robert is like an encyclopedia when it comes to Lord of the Rings. But yeah, it's kind of weird for that. I wonder what Robert's.
It
hurts a little, Sean. That's what he said.
Okay, Robert, why couldn't you team up with your roommate Michael? Like you guys make a great team. Come on.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, no fishing for someone to try and lose. All right.
Well, it's not that. It's just
no disrespect to him, but it's just I saw him how he competed in that DC match.
Oh yeah.
That was.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No. Hey, come on. Hey, couldn't you imagine a team match between Robert and his Robert and Michael in the same room, me and you, same room,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Like I said, I'm perfectly willing to drive up to 2 hours.
Yeah, hey, I'm down to go to London at some point as well. But yeah, as far as Robert and Michael, I just don't want to see him have to put a fucking rucksack on his back and haul it up a fucking mountain. That's just, like that's I don't find that interesting. Robert and Jake, I think is a good pairing for the most part. Like, because I've seen how Jake is with his comic book movie knowledge, and on top of that, all the other stuff that he's done when it comes to movie trivia. But I imagine though it was probably not that much fun watching Full Metal the other week when I think I was the only person that got more than one answer correct in the Lord of the Rings round.
Yeah,
which Robert brings up.
Shocking to me.
Yeah. Robert brings up Lord of the Ring is super important to me, so Jake needs to catch up. But Lord of the Ring is something I know that's very deep cut. Wink, wink, Sean.
I physically just cringed.
Yeah, and
thank you.
Kane has a question. Will Hunter get a win in Inner Geekdom or MTS ever? Quick answer is no. No, he will not. I'm sorry, but there's some straits of the truth. John Roca always shouts for the Schmodown matches. Hunter always loses anything outside of wrestling, and Mark loves Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Look, you know me. I try to be as nice of a guy as possible. I can't even lie. The first word that crossed my mind instantly when you asked that question was no.
Yeah. And yeah.
Which, like, and that's the whole thing. Like, I kind of feel bad about it because it's like, Hunter's a really great dude.
Oh yeah. He's a good young guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. It's just him. I mean, it depends on who he plays. I think it really does depend on who he plays because,
yeah,
like I'm trying to think, him and Nico in MTS. I actually think Hunter might get that one if that ever happens. Because like I was testing Nico the other night on.
We're going to stick to doing too, like no more like the randomness of random people facing each other. We're going to. Does this make sense to put these two against each other?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. When it comes
to Nico versus Hunter, like that's a fair match to put together. Like you don't want to see a one-sided beatdown. Unfortunately, that's what's going on with Caleb right now. So
yeah, the king Caleb.
Yeah,
because we have two Calebs.
Yeah, not Matthew.
King of getting his ass whooped.
Yeah. He's going. It's not fair matches to put on Caleb against you.
Yeah, like it wasn't really like a fair match with
Robert
in Inner Geekdom with Coho versus West because West just didn't have a strong showing, but it was what it was before the new rankings of them. Kane had a good one. Hunter versus Jonathan.
Hunter's got that one in the bag.
Yeah. I would say so.
Hunter's got that one in the bag, no question about it. Yeah, Jonathan was popping off a little bit as well before that fucking match in comic books. It's interesting because it was like he goes like, I think I'm gonna, score more than a few points on these guys, in the end, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, he comes in with the confidence. I mean, it's unfortunately he can't back it up, but he at least comes in with the confidence. I can say that.
Yeah. Well, also it's just I think the guy just kind of needs to learn how to handle himself a little bit more when it comes to these leagues. Because like he called me an asshole the other night, and I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck, man? I've only ever been nice to you. What's the fucking deal with that one?"
Yeah. Because, like, out of nowhere, he did that. So it's kind of like, he needs to think a little bit before he goes on with that. But, Robert also said Hunter could beat someone, like we said, with Nico or Subroth if Subroth ever reemerges before August, which is probably highly unlikely.
Yeah,
You
There's-
get more balanced matches, then you get more interest. Like, oh, who will win this? Or like instead of like if you go Hunter versus just throwing it out there, Hunter versus Son and MTS, like that's just not a fair and it won't be a fun matchup.
No, because Sean will murder him like a
Yeah,
like
I was
like Cain killing Abel. It'll be
I'm more of a fan of more close matches. Like
yeah.
yeah.
a lot of people, there's people that will go like, oh, like but with such a close match when it comes to the Patriots and above the line. So the Patriots, it's not like they knocked them out or anything like that. No, but both teams are really good, and so you expected it to come down to the last question.
Why do you have to bring up sad moments in my life like that, Mark? Why?
Well, it was just because like when it happened, someone was questioning me about it, and they were like, "Well, it's not like the Patriots. The Patriots can't be that great if they didn't knock out, or if it was such a close fight with above the line." And I was like, "No, above the
That's
line,
not true at all.
yeah,
Yeah,
above,
that there was no way in hell that was going to be a knockout match. There's no
Fuck
way
no.
in hell.
No
just-
way.
no, because like I was so happy and I was hyping up the Patriots and all that, and they were like, "Oh, well, they can't be that good if it was such a close." No, just like I expected nothing else from above the line, and it came down to the last question.
Yeah, and they both what was it like? Didn't both of them score like at least 30 points in that one, or
No,
at
I think
least
it
close
was-
to 30 points?
I think it was something along the lines of like 28 to 27 or something like that. I think
Yeah,
that was
they
the
got
final
close
score.
to 30. Yeah,
Yeah, they got very, very close to 30.
yeah. I mean, both of them. It was whoever thought that would ever be like a knockout victory for either one is
Well,
dead
Oh,
wrong.
they're out of their
because
mind.
No,
that
no.
one was going to be a knockout drag out fight, and that was one of the better team matches we've ever seen.
100%.
Yeah, no. It's not that they thought it was going to be a knockout. It was just like going like, well, the Patriots can't be that good if they almost lost the match. And I was like, no, it's above the line. Like it was a very close,
Yeah.
high scoring, and
That's almost like saying Dan Murrell isn't good at trivia because he lost to Christian.
yeah.
It's just factually untrue.
And honestly, if you look at that match, Chris Galicki, who wrote that match, brought his fucking A game. Brought
You
the
think so?
fucking heat. For that first round, yeah. Because
I'm in a touch disagreement with you because I just rewatched that match and I didn't find that first round that difficult. But I can see where maybe you did.
The same way. If I was still in the old fan reaction league, I do recall that I think I probably would have had a decent score for round one.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it since it happened, but I was like, oh, how are they missing these?
Oh yeah.
well, to be fair with just playing movie wise, like you two are more knowledgeable than me. So me as an avid fan, it was very good question wise, I thought, for the
For a championship
players.
match.
Yeah. I mean, you guys would probably hit more of those questions because you guys are more knowledgeable with regular movie. But I mean, just as like a regular movie fan like me, it was a good showing, a good experience.
Oh totally.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, not disagreeing with that fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't wait for Merle to come back. That's gonna be fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think he'll take some time off with the whole Screen Junkie situation to get all that fixed up, to get it back on a foundation where they'll be fine. It'll take some time, but he'll eventually be back.
Just
Oh
going-
totally.
I was just glancing at the chat, and Robert, don't worry. We not only brought up Caleb's losing streak, but it's also the fact that I've said people like to refer to him as the best heel. I like to refer to him as the best heel of Jobberville.
I like to refer to Kane's earlier post as hashtag salty, but
Well, no, just like I know he what like. At least I know how to win matches. Like I brought up my record. I think I've had and everything in the Smalls Bros. I think I am. I've had. I'm pretty sure I'm like 21-5 in my matches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we talked about this last night off the air from our council meeting. While Sean was probably fighting a war with a bottle of Kettle One, and he seems to have won, ladies and gentlemen. He seems to have won. He looks great.
It wasn't a bottle of Kettle One last night. Last night it was a bottle of wine and a 6-pack of beer. But
yeah, it was a light night for Sean. But I still like the idea, and Mark, I think you know where I'm going with this. When me, you, and Mashed Potatoes talked, I really think one day you ought to start a camp for heels and teach them how to be heels.
Oh yeah,
and charge $50 a pop.
Well, yeah, no, and that's agreeable because, like, hell, like, well, the way Caleb's going about it is like shit. You got your 15 seconds of fame where you're pissing everyone off, and then people want to see you get beat. And guess what? You're going to deliver every time on that by getting beat, and then fade away. Because like that gimmick's going to get old and tiring, and people just aren't going to care anymore.
Yeah.
Right now, but you were referring to it as a roller coaster. It's about to be nothing but down soon.
Okay. Kane's got a question as well. Who will the Can-Am Express and the Sons of Apocalypse play next?
Well, I'm going to let Mark go for the Can-Am Express.
Because at this moment, we've had only 3 team matches now, and there's a lot more teams that want to play. So, and there's still a lot more matches that to keep it more of a relatively balanced win-loss record. Like, at least I think I speak for Tim also on this. Like, we're willing to let other people have their chance at proving themselves as a team.
Yeah, I think any return team matches are probably a little bit down the road, so we can get some more teams in here to build up a pool of it. Yeah. But, I mean, you could eventually see a lot of team matchups. I mean, hell, you could even see the team matchup where it's Omega Club with Can-Am versus Sons of Apocalypse, which, I mean, depending on, you could see these feature down the road. It's just starting to get these teams in here for a pool to bring in more teams. Oh, yeah. So
and hell, like there's still like Jeremy Sandy and 80s.
I'm scared to see that one. I am scared to see.
Yeah. You've also got Robert and Jake.
Yeah.
I want to see them teaming up. Luca's in a team, I believe. Luca Fallon.
You just call him Luca Fallon Fox?
Yeah. No. Just like
God, man.
Luca Hope Fallon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mark, how many fingers am I holding up?
6.
By the way, Tim, do you know who Fallon Fox is? Out of curiosity.
Is he a relation to Michael J. Fox? I don't know.
Fallon Fox is a transgender woman so she was previously a man, and she currently fights women in mixed martial arts.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Is she still fighting, or?
I think she is. Yes.
I've not heard her name in like 3 or 4 years. Like,
yeah, well, I think opportunities kind of dried up for her a little bit after Joe Rogan, had his whole he said his piece on the matter on the powerful JRE.
Yeah. I can't wait to start this rivalry up. Hey, Luca, Mark compared you to a transgender woman. Go ahead and release.
Luca, I've got respect for you, but I know how great you are. I know you're really, really good. I've got nothing but respect for you. That was just a slip of the name there.
Oh, yeah. And then Kane says, final question for me. When will the NWO go away? They just won't die.
We got rid of the ringworms. I think it's official. Officially, we can say we got rid of the ringworms. The NWO, they've got like 2. They've only got like 2 members. Well,
3.
You've got this Haven and the Stooges, but
it's basically Vince, Patterson, and Briscoe.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, and Haven keeps it relevant because Haven is at least talented. The other
Haven,
two,
actually.
Sean.
I think he had to step away for a second there because, like,
Okay. But yeah, Haven keeps him relevant with his knowledge of it. I mean, Caleb, he knows some stuff, so it's going to be depending if he can grow. West is kind of like their weak link, how Hunter is the weak link in the Alpha Alliance. But I don't see him fully going away ever. I mean, you'll still hear from him, and Sean's back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, did you ride the elephant down the aisle, Sean? I have to ask, or
The elephant down the aisle? I'm so confused by what that question even means.
Subroth?
Okay, hold on a second. What
I don't know. I don't know.
Did I ride
where did
the
that
elephant?
come from?
Did I ride the elephant down the aisle?
Because remember, because I called you Subroth when
I don't even know what the
you
fuck that
cut
means.
I know, I don't get it either.
Yeah, unless I'm thinking of the wrong culture, I don't care. But yeah, I don't think the NWO will ever fully go away. Kane and Robert, I don't think. But Sean, what's your opinion on that? You think the NWO will ever just like fully die? Because we've seen their depletion with Sandy going to Omega Club, Malcolm just up and leaving them, saying "fuck this, I'm out," and
Jim Green.
I mean,
yeah, Jim took off.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the
NWO just seems to be like, it just seems like people are leaving like rats from a sinking ship.
yeah, that's a very good analogy for that.
Yeah, I mean, Haven's always going to have new guys coming through, but it's just, I think the better question rather than will they die is will they have a steady faction in terms of people that aren't going to leave? Because I can tell you right now, Omega Club, we joined that shit, and I don't think that there's a single member that's considering leaving.
No.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
And, you can say maybe it's because, we win a lot, not to be cocky or anything like that, but we do have a tendency to, have very, very strong players on our team. And as a byproduct of that, we win. But, yeah, I just think the better question will be, are they going to have a faction that's going to stick around? Is there going to be that level of devotion to the faction that you see in others? Because as far as I can see from Alpha Alliance, everyone there is like, they are there because they want to be there. And yeah, it's just interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But don't worry, Alpha Alliance is self-flashing and paying off.
I don't think so.
Yeah. There's only to quote the Highlander, there can only be one stable.
There's room for other stables. It's
absolutely Omega doesn't want to have a monopoly on everything. Let's face it. We want things to be interesting. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we work well as a group. We booster each other up. We help each other with testing and preparing. And we have that belief in each other, which works for us. And I think the Alpha Alliance will have that as well. The NWO, it's just getting a stable group. That's the thing. If you can get a stable group that backs each other up, that bolsters each other up to raise the bar for them, then yes, they could be. But I mean, other groups have started out small too and built their way up. So
Omega did that, for Christ's sakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know Sean just touched on it a bit, but extended thoughts on Alpha Alliance from Robert.
The best thing that Alpha Alliance can do right now is pick up Caleb Coho and bring him onto the team. Let that cancer breed. Breed the cancer.
And Robert has just defriended you. Yeah, I think Sean touched on it for extended thoughts with the Alpha Alliance. They are a strong stable minus Hunter. And they do want to be together. They do want to thrive and prosper together, which will be good. And they do have strong members, especially with different strengths in them. I don't know too much with everyone's full extended strength. I can guess maybe with a rundown of the names, but I think they're a team a group that's gonna stick around for a while, like Omega and what's left of the NWO.
Yeah. I think that they're very heavy hitters, at least as far as like their very best players go. Like,
Yeah.
And Robert, I'm going to be kissing your ass a lot on this one because you're just a fantastic player.
Oh yeah.
And Chance is a phenomenal player. Russell is no slouch whatsoever. No. Ryan Permison, even though we haven't seen much of him, he is a really, really good player from what I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on top of that, like if you just check the guy's Facebook page really quickly, you just see that like he lives and breathes movies. Like
and Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. But you can just tell he is a really, he loves movies.
Oh yeah.
And whether that'll translate into, wins, we have yet to see, but I expect a lot from that guy.
Oh yeah,
also, even some of their players that don't have the best records are still good.
Oh yeah.
Like Kane is still a really good player. From what I've seen, he's a bit of a dick of a question writer, but he's still a very good player.
We still love you, buddy.
Hey Kane. I mean that in the nicest way possible. I'm just saying you write really fucking difficult questions. But yeah, I would say overall they're strong. They're strong, and I think that Hunter is going to get better as a byproduct of all the strength around him. Like, I don't think the book's closed on Hunter being a solid competitor in the leagues because.
Well, I would say
I was kidding around earlier.
Yeah.
I was kidding around earlier when I said like no, he's not going to win. I think that the guy has a solid chance to potentially become a very good player. But he just needs to work on some things. He just needs to see more movies and cultivate his strengths, find out what he's really, really good at. And overall, I think he could wind up becoming like a JTE where, he hasn't had the best run of things, but he, could absolutely come back. So like I said, I'm not closing the book on Hunter just yet.
There is a free agent that I'm actually surprised, and unfortunately, I can see him joining the Alpha Alliance, but like, there's a free agent that recently announced that he's back.
Who's that?
Because I'm going to be quiet about it because I want to try to sway him over to Omega.
You're talking about Caleb Hansen?
Nope, no. Because isn't he with NWO?
No. He's on his own thing. He started with Woodburn, like a team with no face type of thing.
Okay, so. I'm not talking about mashed potatoes. I'm talking about someone else that actually could be a really key pickup for whoever grabs him.
Well, I guess after the stream's over, just let me know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think after that's going to be interesting. I have a few thoughts in mind, but I'm not sure.
All right, Tim, I think you've probably got a good idea where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Yeah, we already have a couple of guesses in chat where Kane has some guesses of who that might be.
Not Steven.
Yeah. If it's a couple of names I'm thinking of, Steven wouldn't be one of them.
Nothing gets fun size.
Nothing gets fun. Well, just remember he is a heavy hitter for Inner Geekdom, so
I know. Yeah. But it's just like also this guy's also. He's a good player. He's when he wants to, when he can be, he's actually pretty. He can be pretty skilled in movies too. So, and I think he's a good pickup, like for whoever grabs this guy. So I'm going to try to work my magic.
Okay. Also, we forgot to mention this earlier, but there was a certain stipulation on that Inner Geekdom match that just happened. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the whole
You bow to no one.
Yeah, yeah. Which Coho actually stuck to that, and
He stuck
I
to
was
it.
very
Yeah,
proud of that. So
I was as well, and not just that though, but it's a little bit satisfying to see him post that.
yeah.
Just a bit, just a bit, just a little bit.
Another question out there. Knowing the list of free for all competitors, what belt do you think is most likely to be challenged by the potential winner? Like what championship do you most think will be sought out for?
I can.
It depends
I
on.
know what I'm going for if I win it, but
Oh yeah.
otherwise, I
Yeah.
don't really know.
Yeah. I think it kind of depends on who wins Chance versus Leo. If and if Leo picks up that victory over Chance, still if I'd be I'll be afraid. Like originally, it's like if Chance wins, either or, like people are going. But like you got Chance and Jeremy as the champions for movie and Inner them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, especially with Music Champion won't be around
I
until
was going to
maybe
say
like
that.
March,
TV,
and the TV Championship is in the process. But
and then the
all
WTF
belts
right
go
by
up.
that time, like really, you want to go up against me?
If
And
you win,
what?
if you win,
Well, no, I'm getting my wins because right now I have to go through Jeremy. We're 1-1, so it's a rubber match there. Hunter, I'll defeat him for at least the third time. But then Alex, once again, Alex and me are 1-1. So
Well, I'm going to win the music belt. Like I'm I'm going to win that shit. I have my crosshairs set on that. That, and I'm going to try and go for the comic book title, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Oh, and Mark, don't think you're getting off scot-free when you fucking play that match in MMA. Because you and I got some unfinished business there, buddy.
I don't know how I don't know how that's going to work right now.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
certain either.
It's bad scheduling.
Yeah,
yeah, it's that's why it's not really part of the core five. But yeah, I think out of the core five, I think a lot of people are going to look for Jeremy for the movie. The
Yep.
wrestling, I'm not too sure. The Inner Geekdom is going to depend on who wins, either Leo or Chance. If Leo wins, I can see some people trying to go for that Inner Geekdom belt. If Chance wins, it might be a little bit of a deterrent for the Inner Geekdom, or it might not, depending. Like, let's say if Robert wins, and that would booster up Robert a lot for a potential title shot for an Inner Geekdom if he chose that or went for movies. But I think the heavy one, because I think there's a lot of people, not with just like Sean's decision included, is going to be, I think a lot of people are going to be shooting for that MTS belt with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you if you challenge Jeremy, though. Best of freaking luck.
And I gave you my best advice for that, Sean. So,
yeah, but hey, nothing's in stone yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the free for all. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah, it is, and it's going to be a huge event for us. It's going to be a first time where we get 20 competitors all ready to go, boom, 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 for a big event like this. I'm going to be very fucking tired after it. So don't be surprised if next Sunday you don't see a TV match, because I'm going to be fucking pooped unless we do a pre-record. Yeah, like Robert said, he's harkening on my point. Yeah, I feel like most people would be terrified of facing Jeremy, but most people would challenge him just in case they can get that luck on their side, which is true. If they can hit the right questions, anybody's defeatable. Anybody.
Oh yeah.
And anybody can hit that luck of stride with it, but it's gonna be a slobber knocker of a match. It's gonna go down to the fucking wire, because there's a lot of heavy hitters with this tournament. We don't know who could win. It could be a heavy hitter. It could be a dark horse. We don't know. It's we have the questions done. We have everything getting set up for that. It's going to be a heavy-fisted match with a lot of knowledge tested. So whoever comes out of this is going to be proven their battle scars and wounds to say they deserve a number one contender shot for whatever belt they seek.
How crazy would it be if Woodburn wins the whole thing and then actually beat Jeremy for the MTS belt? How fucking nuts would that be?
I would lose all faith in humanity.
I would think that the Four Horsemen would be riding in to start up the apocalypse anytime now. But at the same time, anything is possible. Anything's possible at all. So
yeah.
I wouldn't, and Jeremy's just incredible when it comes to movie trivia. I would say, like I made the analogy last night that in Omega Club, you've got Jeremy, who's like Fedor in his prime. You've got Thomas Eanes, who's like Fabrizio Werdum, and you got Alex Warden, who's like Cain Velasquez. And, those are the three best heavyweights of all time in MMA for the people that I'm basically speaking Chinese to.
Yeah.
But,
Me.
But yeah, like the three of them are just fucking phenomenal. And I honestly, if Alex winds up getting a crack in MTS, don't think that that's out of the realms of possibility either, because he could win the whole fucking thing.
Well, Alex isn't in this.
I know, but I'm saying like just further down the road, if that happens, I'm just.
Oh yeah, to improve his record, yeah, to build up to a shot. Yeah, that could happen too. The future is full of possibilities. Okay, Robert, I totally agree with you for the whole Woodburn thing.
Kane's comment is even better. Hunter wins, beats Jeremy, reveals he's Dan Murrell.
Oh my god. I don't know. Robert Parker, yeah, if that happened, Sean, with Woodburn, I think it's listed in Revelations as a sign of the apocalypse.
No question about it. No question about it.
But yeah, that's probably two dark horses. Like, who knows? Nico could end up winning the whole thing, and Nico could. I don't know what the fuck he would challenge for. Maybe the WTS title or something, but
it would be WTS. I don't think he would chance MTS, to be frank with you. Grant and I wound up doing some testing with Nico because Nico just wants to get better at MTS. And yeah, it'd be like, I don't want to say he couldn't do it with, beating Jeremy, but at the same time, that would be a tall order. Because
yeah.
Like we asked him a question, like Jeremy would get this question like that when it comes to trivia. But like we asked Nico, what two actors both won Oscars for playing the same role?
Yeah.
And Jeremy wouldn't fucking even hesitate on something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, I think it's years of watching film and experience, and on top of that, I believe that he went to school to be a screenwriter. If I'm not mistaken, Jeremy lives and breathes movies to an extent where like it would just be almost impossible. Mark, what was the deal with that face right there?
Well, no, Jeremy just like he eat and sleeps and breathes movies. Yeah, that's an understatement of understatements.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult to see who gets challenged coming out of that. I think a heavy hitter is going to be Jeremy 7 out of 10 times, but the inner geekdom is going to come into play too. I think for a lot of these competitors,
for sure,
because like just going down the list, a heavy hitter for inner geekdom. Chance wins or loses. That's all going to depend too. You have Ryan Sandy, who's also a heavy hitter for Inner Geekdom. You have Hunter, Robert, of course, Woodburn. Zadius could probably do good in Inner Geekdom. Malcolm.
Yeah, Robert would go after Chance if Chance wins it. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Kid's got no fear when it comes to playing anybody.
Oh,
I know for a fact he would jump at the opportunity to do that.
I know. And Robert, you know I've got a huge amount of respect for you, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come down to who wins this thing, but yeah, unless there's any more questions, I think we've been on for like a couple hours now.
Yeah,
so,
I think we've been on for like 2 hours at this point. Yeah, we've been on for like quite literally 2 hours actually.
Yeah. So I think if there's no more questions in the chat, we'll go ahead and sign off for this episode, a long running episode today, which was fun. It's great doing these, spending these times with you guys. Sean back on for another one. We'd have Mashed Potatoes on with his return. You know, me and Mark and Brooklyn are always usually here. But going down the line, going down the list to sign us off, Sean, where can the good kids find you online, buddy?
Okay, you can find me at Sandberg Sean on Twitter. You can find me at Sean Sandberg on Facebook. And if you want, you can join up with the Deep Cuts Movie League. We're going to be starting back up with our first match, which I believe will be John Salvi versus... let me see who it is, actually, really quickly. I believe it's going to be John Salvi versus... Sorry about this. This is really terrible on my part. But Matt Cooler.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I believe that'll be our first match, and it's going to be in the category of Kevin Smith. Nice. So, yeah. If you guys want, join up. And, Robert, hopefully we'll get you in Lord of the Rings match, but I don't really know how eager someone's going to be to play you in that. So,
yeah, that would be a very deadly one. Mark, where can the good kids find you, buddy?
Oh, I'm sure you guys already know, but I'll go over it again. Full Metal Media. Follow us on Facebook. Join us. We'll get the match. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And check out some of our matches. And also, we do Full Metal 5s. I will be starting. I really do. Probably tonight, tomorrow, maybe. Full Metal commentaries where we watch a movie. I have a couple people on.
Basketball.
Rear Window.
I would say that, but like just because like I just watched that on last week, and
okay.
I switch off the list. But yeah, I do want to do a comedy. Basketball would be awesome, but that'll be as a double header. I'll throw one movie that I haven't seen before.
The Big Short.
Yeah, that's also okay. Screw it. I don't know. Honestly, I was really considering doing The Big Short. Sean, if you want to be on.
Yeah, dude. I've seen that movie like 15 times.
Honestly, if you're doing like a first reaction for it, I'll loop it up and play it because it's still on Netflix. So
okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted, and anyone else just DM me if you want to be on it. I'm looking for maybe like four to five people, maybe.
Okay.
Total, so probably I guess one more person, just so it's not too crowded for a watch along.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
And also, yeah. I just. My one question is like, good, no audio issues with your mic. It's like that'll kill a movie.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and Full Metal Media, and also you can find me here at Smoles Bros. Unfortunately, I work afternoon, so I'm not able to help out during the afternoons as I used to do. But I'm always here to lend a hand.
Oh yeah. And as always, you can find me. Running the production side of things with Schmoes Bros on Facebook, as well as the Inner Geekdom and TV divisions for them. TV, we also have our Facebook TV Trivia Throwdown page. If once we start the new matches, if you'd like one, post in either Schmoes Bros or TV Trivia. I'll hook you up with one. You can find me on YouTube with Film Nerd TV for right now. We are starting up a new channel for the trivia. So we're hoping to announce that sometime later in the upcoming weeks to kick that off. And, of course, my own YouTube, TM Smith Reactions, where I do reactions where I'm kind of slacking on because I have a list to do. But matches are there. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. And if you ever have any questions with Schmoes Bros, feel free to DM me. I can answer it, help you out with it. But, yeah. That's where you can find me. And going down the list, that is Sicario, Sean Sandberg, the Canadian Nightmare, Mark Borick, our Harley Quinn and Porg Lover. Of course, I am TM Smith for a lot of you fuckwads that like to say TH. Fuck you. Coho, you little bitch. As soon as I get my hands on you one day, you're fucking done, son. You think Robert whooped your ass? Like you owe me fucking money. But for all of us, we're signing off, and we'll see you next Saturday for another Rewind episode.